Fishing and water use. Settlements along rivers, lakes, and coasts relied on fishing. Small irrigation and diversion of streams were practiced to water crops. Metal Age to pre-colonial period 500 BCE to 1521 CE. Terracing and land engineering. The Ifugao rice terraces, approximately 2,000 years old, are a UNESCO World Heritage. Evidence shows deliberate reshaping of mountain slopes into stone-walled terraces for rice farming. Impact: permanent transformation of mountain landforms, creation of sustainable agricultural landscape. Settlement patterns: coastal communities built early dataships and barangays, clearing of mangroves for settlements and fishing. Spanish colonial period from 1521 to 1898. Agricultural expansion. Large-scale introduction of crops, sugarcane, tobacco, coconuts, extensive clearing of forests for plantations. Impact: deforestation, soil erosion, and altered river systems. Infrastructure development: building of churches, fortresses, roads and bridges. Irrigation systems. Example: National Irrigation System in Ilocos. Impact: modified waterways and land surfaces. Mining: small-scale gold mining expanded during this period. Alteration of landscapes and rivers due to extraction. American and Japanese periods from 1898 to 1945. Industrial forestry and logging. Large-scale logging concessions introduced. Significant deforestation occurred. Urban development. Expansion of Manila and other urban centers. Reshape coastlines and rivers. Drainage canals, dams and reservoirs constructed. Post-independence to modern times, 1946 to present. Mining and quarrying. Major mining of nickel, copper, gold and chromite. Mountains leveled, river systems silted due to mine tailings. Dam and irrigation projects. Pantabangan Dam, Angat Dam, Magat Dam reshape river valleys into reservoirs. Impact: alteration of water flow and displacement of communities. Submergence of land. Urbanized and coastal reclamation. Manila Bay reclamation projects, modified coastal landforms, expansion of Cebu, Davao, and other cities, changed river banks and shorelines, deforestation, and kaingin farming. The loss of forests cover led to landslides, flooding, and soil erosion, saltwater intrusion, and pollution. Over-extraction of groundwater in coastal towns cause seawater to seep into aquifers. Industrial and agricultural runoff polluted rivers and lakes. Example, Pasig River. Positive and negative impacts. Positive contribution. Agricultural terraces. That's for sustainable food production. Irrigation and dams for water supply, electricity. Urban infrastructure for transportation and also economic growth. Negative consequences. Deforestation causes floods, landslides, biodiversity loss. Mining causes soil erosion, river siltation. Reclamation, the loss of mangroves and fisheries. Water pollution, decline in fresh water and water resources. From the Neolithic farmers who cleared forests to plant rice, to modern industries that build dams, mines, and cities, humans have continually reshaped the landforms and bodies of water of the Philippines. These modifications reveal both human ingenuity and the challenges of balancing development with sustainability. The evidence from archaeology, history, and environmental studies emphasizes the need for responsible stewardship of the environment to ensure future generations benefit from these natural systems. Key takeaways: Neolithic period, farming, kaingin, fishing. Pre-colonial, Ifugao terraces, early settlements. Spanish period, plantations, mining, irrigations. American or the modern era, logging, urbanization, dams, reclamation, mining. Impacts, development versus deforestation, pollution, erosion, water modification. Practice problems for our quarter 4 Earth and Space Science Lesson 7. Human impact on Philippine landforms and waterways from the Neolithic period to today. Number 1. Explain how early Neolithic communities in the Philippines modified riverbanks for agriculture purposes. Given early Neolithic communities settled near rivers, required how they modified riverbanks for farming. Solution: they built embankments or levees to control water flow and prevent flooding of crops. Final answer: riverbanks were modified with embankments to support early agriculture and manage water for cultivation. Number 2. Describe the evidence of ancient irrigation systems and how they change local landscapes. Given archaeological findings of channels and canals. Required how irrigation changed landscapes. Solution: canals diverted water to fields, creating artificial waterways and altering natural drainage. Final answer: ancient irrigation systems reshape land by creating canals, enhancing cultivation, and modifying local topography. Number 3. Discuss the impact of early slash and burn farming practices on forest areas. So we're given early farmers use fire to clear forests. Required impact on forested areas. Solution: forests were cleared. Soil nutrients temporarily increased, but long-term soil erosion occurred. Final answer: slash and burn farming led to deforestation and increased soil erosion in cleared areas. Number 4. Identify ways that prehistoric human settlements influence the formation of terraces in mountainous regions. So we're given prehistoric settlements in hilly areas. Required influence on terrace formation. Solution: communities leveled slopes to create flat land for rice cultivation. The final answer: terraces were constructed to expand cultivable, cultivable land in mountains. Number 5. Explain how Neolithic fishing practices may have altered coastal and riverine ecosystems. Given fishing in rivers and coastal areas required effect on ecosystems. Our solution: fishing altered fish populations and may have affected aquatic vegetation. So the final answer: Neolithic fishing modified coastal and river ecosystems by changing species distribution.